Hello, hello! Pizza Packs here. We're back with our second play booster box of Edge of Eternities. Still don't have a rare sheet, because I discovered an issue with my printer when I was going to make it. So, another thing on the to-do list. But, not all's lost. We will catch up on that as soon as I get that printer back up. It'll probably be tomorrow. Hopefully not later. But, see, we've got packs 1 through 10. 11 to 20. And 21 to 30. So let's get started with box 2. Pack 1. Alright. Pack 1. We've got our commons. So we can get that to focus a little better. There we go. Got our commons. Our uncommons. Ooh, a Vendo. Waking Haven. Very nice. This is the one that everyone's excited about. That's like almost a Gaia's Cradle. And then we have Umbral Collar Zealot. That's a big one that's been making a splash in several different formats. Mountain. And a Robot Sliver Token. Pack 2. We have our commons. Cryogen Relic, making a big splash in Pauper already. Uncommons. We have Starfield Vocalist. Interesting. So this is basically a Panharmonicon, just on a body. So that's going to be an interesting build around. Sky Stinger. This one has crept up in price for some reason. I'm not sure why. Lander Human Soldier Token. Maybe something in Pauper? I mean, it's a 3/3 for 3 with reach. That becomes an 8/3 if you block something with flying. And I'm not sure why that... It's up to like $1.10, something like that. And I don't know why. Uncommons. Seam Rip is an interesting one. Uthros, Titanic God Core. That's the one that's like a Tolarian Academy. That's an exciting build around. Evoli Glaive Blade Foil. Really nice full art mountain. And a Lander Robot Token. Pack 3? Yeah, pack 3. Have our commons. Our uncommons. Now, the more I've played this set, the more I don't hate it, oddly enough. Sunset Saboteur. That's an interesting one. Hey, Sledge Class Seed Ship Foil, double rare pack. Very nice. Swamp and a Lander Robot Token. The interesting thing about the Saboteur is if you, your opponent doesn't have any creatures, you just have a 4/1 menace for 2. So, commons. Nice to see Annual back in the set. Loading Zone. It's a fun one. One or more counters will be put on a creature, spacecraft, or craft or planet you control twice that many. Each of those kinds of counters are put on it instead. So that makes things really interesting for doing stuff like that. Infinite Guidelines Station. Oh, I haven't even seen this one. Interesting. This draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. Neat. Squire's Light Blade. Yes, it is a lightsaber. Foil planes and a lander robot token. Pack 6. Have our commons. Our uncommons. Rust Harvester. Ooh, that's a fun one. That one, again, is a weird build-around that I think may be good eventually. Diplomatic Relations. This is the one they had to errata. Day 0. Swamp. Robot and a munitions token. I wonder what the munitions token goes to. If you know what the munitions token goes to, put it in the comments. Pack 7. Commons. Hey, there's a lot of really interesting stuff in the set. Haven't had much of a chance to play around with it yet, though. Terra Symbiosis. Vault Guard Trooper foil. Planes and a lander robot token. Pack 8. I do feel that they did a decent job with the bonus sheet this time around. Do wish they had made it a little more common. And speaking of which, Blast Zone! That is a cool Blast Zone. Ooh, Cosmic Grand Zenith. Pretty version of it, too. Nice mythic. We have a Siege Ship Impact, Mountain, and a Lander robot token. Pack 9. Alright. We have our commons. Our uncommons. Lightstall Inquisitor. This really messed me up in Limited. I have a feeling that this could have a home in what's it called? Death and Taxes. Fungal Colossus, very nice. A beautiful planes, and then a lander drone token. Pack 10. Through our commons. Oop. Hymn of the Faller is an interesting one. Nova Hellkite, very nice. I think that's our second Nova Hellkite. Thaumaton Torpedo. I don't know how I feel about that. Island, Lander, Human Soldier. Alright, on to stack 2 with pack 11s. Kind of a weird pack open there. We have our commons. It's an interesting one. Oh, that's an uncommon. Uncommons. Starfield Shepherd was really good in Limited. Pinnacle Star Cage. Is this the new, yeah, it's the new, what's it called? A temporary lockdown. Foil Honor. Foil Forest. And a Lander robot token. Dirty Dozen, pack 12. We have Grav Kill. Which, beautiful art on that. Seems very strong for Pauper. Our uncommons. Edge Rover also is very strong. 0 point ballad. Interesting. That's one of those weird sweepers that it's probably going to be a lot better than it looks like. Foil melded Moxite, Mountain, and a Lander Human Soldier. I think 0 point ballad may see some legacy play. Lucky 13. We have our commons. Our uncommons. Nice to see a null back in standard. Starwinder. That is beautiful. It's going to be a fun one. And a foil showcase Starwinder. Look at that. Very nice. Forest and a Lander drone token. 14. We have our commons. Our uncommons. Godless Shrine, very nice. Always love a good shock land. And an anti-cultural vestige. Sweet. The foil Gravkill. That's even prettier in foil. And a forest Lander robot. $15. We have our commons. Full bore. I think full bore is going to be pretty good. Excuse me. Extinguisher Battleship. This is an interesting one. Because although it is high mana cost, this does give us a reusable destroy effect in all colors with a sweeper. So this one might be better than it looks. Ruinous Rampage foil. Beautiful island. And then a Lander Human Soldier. Sweet 16. Our commons. Our uncommons. And Requiem Monolith. Another one that seems really interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Zealous Display foil. Excuse me. Island and a Lander robot token. 17. Commons. Uncommons. Oh, oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful Inventor's Fair. Great card. Absolutely beautiful version of it, too. Hardlight Containment. It's another fun one. Seems very similar to Chained to the Rocks. Melt Strider's Gear foil. Swamp and a Lander robot token. 18. If you're in the US, don't forget to register to vote. Midterms will be here sooner than you expect. Our commons. Our uncommons. Faller's Faithful. Way better than it initially reads. The unconditional removal is really strong. Hey, Mystifying Maze. Nice. Consult the star charts. Very nice. It's another one that I'm interested in building around. Close Encounter foil, foil swamp, and a lander robot token. 19. What are some cards that you're interested in building around? For me, it's several. I would like to build around some of the stations, but also some of the more control-y aspects. We've had a lot of aggro decks lately, and I would like to build like a more classic control. Weft Walking. That's an interesting one. When this enchantment enters, if you cast it, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards. The first spell each player casts during each of their turns may be cast without paying its mana cost. Wow. Okay, that is definitely interesting. Foil Plasma Bolt, Planes, and a robot drone token. It's a one-sided time twister that has a one-shot omniscience stapled to it. Interesting. I feel like there's something truly broken to do with that and like extra turn spells. Commons are uncommons. Singularity Rupture. Interesting seeing a board wipe in blue-black. Lux Knight Breacher foil. Beautiful foil forest. It is gorgeous. Then a robot sliver token. On to our last stack with 21. Commons. Are uncommons. Famished Worldsire. That's an interesting one. Oh, they brought back Devour. Interesting. Huh. When this creature enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is this creature's power. Put any number of land cards from them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Ooh. I could see playing this as a one-of an Amulet Titan. I don't know, that's interesting. Ice Till Explorer foil. Very nice. Then a Full Art Forest, a Lander drone token. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's 22. Let's see. We have our commons. Our uncommons. I wonder what they're going to do with about diplomatic relations. Warmaker Gunship. Interesting. Litho Breaking. Foil. Create a lander token, then you may sacrifice an artifact. When you do, it deals 2 damage to each creature. Huh. That's an interesting one. And it's instant speed too. Planes and a robot munitions token. 23. And our commons. Our uncommons. Stomping Ground. Ooh. Showcase too. I like that. It's pretty sweet. Gene Morph Imago. Another interesting one. Intrepid Tenderfoot foil. Swamp, and a lander robot token. 24. Commons. I mean, we do have Illumra in standard at the moment, so there may be space, and we have stuff like this. There may be space for like a blue-green landfall deck that just shreds through your deck very quickly. I don't know. Well, Mountain, Lander, Human Soldier. I do think do we lose Aftermath Analyst? I don't think we do. Can't remember if that was in Brothers War or if that was in something more recent. Yeah. Cosmogoy. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. Look at that. Emergency Eject, another interesting one. Got a Island Lander Robot token. I feel like Emergency Eject will be pretty solid. 26. Have our commons. It definitely impressed me in limited. I have a feeling it's going to be good in constructed. Uncommons. Terminal Velocity. Wow. Huh. Too bad Atraxa and Atali are both rotating just before that comes in. Sinister Cryologist. Foil. Mountain and a Lander Human Soldier token. 27. Okay. Nice Rune Snag variant. Cryogen Relic again, just absolutely fantastic common. Full Bore is pretty solid. Zoo Ifit. Osteoharmonist, so Bone Harmonist. That is such an interesting card. There's a few things that interacts with in a funny way, and I'm not sure how that works. Lander, Human Soldier for a token. 28. Commons. Our uncommons. Breeding Pool, very nice. Pain for All, okay, that's an interesting one too. Desculpting Blast, foil, another beautiful mountain, and a Lander robot token. 29. Have our commons. Uncommons. Cosmogoy. Social Engineering. This is a really interesting one. Because this feels like it should be a rare. Especially since you can warp it. Being able to warp it and then just bring a whole bunch of lands in, just, I don't know. Seems like a good build around. Mountain. Lander Robot. And last but not least, pack 30. Got our commons. Our uncommons. Emissary Escort, very nice. Biotech Specialist, cool. Caveron Turbo Drone, foil. Foil Mountain, and then a Lander robot token. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. And yeah, let me know what deck do you want to build around. It seems like there's a really solid red-green or mono-green landfall deck just waiting in the wings, and I want to see what nastiness I can get up to with that. But let me know what you think down in the comments. But until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.